All right, thanks very much, guys. Welcome back to the customer stage, this time with Matt of the Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula One team. So quick round of applause for Matt, please. All right, so earlier we heard about the Super Bowl, obviously a huge sporting event in the US, probably the biggest sporting event in the US. You're obviously from a team that's part of another sporting circus, almost, that goes around the world, that every weekend, for 21 weekends of the year, about 750 million people tune in and watch every weekend. So huge sport. Funnily enough, though, many people in the US haven't really heard of it. So maybe you can put it in the context of US sports for people to understand what Formula One is all about.
Okay, so we're trying to have a think about this without really alienating the room too much. But how many people in the room NASCAR fans? Many of you?
Two.
A couple.
That are willing to own up to it.
They only turn left, so we don't really count them as a competitor or a similar racing series. IndyCar. People in the room, fans, right. Okay, similar sort of number. Okay, so IndyCar, very similar, probably not as advanced as F1 in our opinion, but you're a US-based. If you think of ourselves, we're actually a worldwide. We go to 21 different countries during the year, sometimes a week apart, and we turn around and have to do similar data analysis every weekend, but based on what we're receiving from the car.
Very cool. So glad to see that you've turned out in your full regalia, your team colours.
Yeah, I had a little upgrade this morning. So
orange socks,
with a few
well
socks.
So we've been working together for about six months,
yep.
Really starting off working kind of on track side, kind of at the races. So just want to describe a little bit about our journey so far.
Yeah, okay, so if I go a little bit history further back than the 6 months, we had a lot of silos of storage, particular manufacturers for a performance type or a particular application stack. We decided we wanted to try and simplify that. Our storage admins were spending days per week just managing the various different estates. And we ended up actually picking Pure because of the simplicity was one of the major pieces. Performance, yeah, it was there, it was out of the box. We didn't have to really even argue the performance. The cost we were confused at. We were expecting that we'd miss something because it was actually that cheap with the performance, actually, and I get my sysadmins back actually doing other work rather than spending time with highly complex and large pieces of kit. Biggest thing trackside, I've got, I pay the equivalent of $280 per kilo to transport IT equipment around the world. So if you imagine now that I have 56 U of storage, I had 56 U of storage, that was costing me tens of thousands of dollars per year to transport around the world. We've turned around and actually removed that, and we're now down to two U boxes, completely replicated, fault-tolerant, resilient, and everything else, and I've actually only got 8 cables I have to worry about rather than however many the old system had.
Very cool. So that's where our journey began. More recently, we've been beginning to figure on a problem that's kind of similar to the one that the guys on stage talked about large data sets, very fast access, but kind of keeping that simplicity.
Yeah, so again, some people may or may not understand. So a wind tunnel, most people will understand. So you're chucking air over the car to work out how to make that car more efficient, faster, better, whatever it would be. We do a thing called CFD, so computational fluid dynamics. Basically, if you take a wind tunnel into a computer, you throw liquid over a surface, and you actually get the same outcome. Now, our thing is that we're heavily regulated by the FIA on how much. We have a thing called a teraflop. It's a ridiculous calculation because it bears no resemblance to actually how we do the calculation of the car, but it's how they rate what calculations we could do. So we have to pick the most efficient CPU rather than necessarily the fastest CPU. So now if we can then start to take out of that data any CPU wait time or anything else through other systems. So this week we actually put some of the flash blades in. It turned up on the Monday. We actually gave you some headaches on the Tuesday. When I came back to work, you'd actually rewritten the network stack for us to support jumbo frames. So not only do we expect to work in a fast-paced environment, you guys are actually working with us at the moment, helping us hugely. There's about 1.6 petabytes of storage in this arena, and it's the fastest growing area for us, CFD. If I can take out CPU wait time, I've just created myself another problem. I'm now creating more data faster because actually the storage helps me. So you actually give me a problem which you're helping me to solve at the same time.
Very cool. So a lot of that work is going into the design of kind of next year's car, 2017. Obviously, big regulation change going into 2017. 2016 season is about to start just next weekend in Melbourne. So good luck with the season. Obviously, you're already double world champions.
We don't need the luck, but
no, need more than luck. So obviously, you have a really fascinating story, something that I know you're really keen to share with the world. So you're going to be doing a deeper dive on this tomorrow morning, I think at 11 o'clock.
Yep.
All of you, if you're interested, can go and check it out. Please join Matt and give him a round of applause. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem at all.
Right, thank you.